Just type in exclamation mark. I think it's exclamation mark. What was that? Schedule, yeah, or a combine. No, it was exclamation mark schedule. Yep. But we're starting now on Mini XXL, one of the coolest tracks, I would say, and one of the most easier tracks. So let's follow Pack here for that first round. It's very important to clock in a good time because pressure is rising in those kind of schedule, not scheduled situations, but those kind of seeding situations. As we have seen Massa dropping down, Gwen off to a very good start, as well as Lego and Coco. So Coco put a lot of work into it. It's really nice to see that. Pack also in the mix, and we have seen already some players dropping behind, or just respawn to the start again. So we have 10 minutes on this track right now. It's Pack in first, followed up by Gwen, and then we have Bren. So good start here for my teammates. As we can see, Gwen having a really good dirt section. Oh, Lego slowing down. So it is, yeah, him dropping a bit behind. But he's first now, so never mind. As we can see, Gwen approaching this whole section first yet again. So he is really, really good. But also Bren and Pack, and as well as Matt, are in the mix. But we can see Yannex and Lego, all of the OGL players, are in the mix. And who is getting the best ending? It's really looking good for Pack here. Look at the speed here for him. Overtaking a lot of players, but loses it a bit in the end. And after the first one, we can see Gwen with a 113. Morrison with a 114. But look at this gap. Look at this gap. It's like 0.6 of a second. So this is a really, really good situation here for Gwen. For the 15-year-old player playing for Team Game Ward. So very good one for him. Yup. Yeah, what I forgot to mention is that this is not multi-lap. It's the maps that we have seen on the LAN event. So we don't have the multi-lap maps. I was thinking that as well. But yeah, it's a rather long track with 115. So yeah, pressure is rising. Let's see who is not finishing. Oh, Massa actually in second. So very good time from him. Let's see where Afi is. Afi is approaching that mid-section. And he's right now 0.2 behind Pack, who had the fastest CP here. But this ending from Gwen was just insanely good. So Egea doing good. 9th place for him in the CP at the moment. So maybe he can catch up in this end. Looking good for him. Yup. 0.27 of a second. So it's do or die for him now. Oh yeah, he's catching up a bit. 0.3 behind Gwen, who had a very, very good section there. As you can see, he's losing additional time here. Being 0.45. Behind Gwen right now, approaching the ending, so only P13 for him. Oh, and Marcin actually clocking in that second place. So very, very good job there from the Polish player, but Egger actually gets a good ending. Had to readjust his line a bit, but in the end of the day, he will stay 0.8 of a second behind Gwen, and therefore granting himself P13. So good job there by him. Pack dropped down to P7, but now he is minus again. Minus 0.15, so this is a banger of a start, or a banger of a midsection that he had. So very good there for him. As we can see, he lost some speed there, but now he's coming back. Oh, that was very close there to the wall. Almost touches there. So 0.1 of a second. He is gaining towards his PB, but not more than that. So is he gonna make it? Oh no, he steered too much and therefore had to respawn to the start again. I mean, 13th out of 16th is good because he want a time in. And the time is only 1 second behind the first place. If you don't finish, it's bad. But this puts some pressure away. I can just tell it to you. But it's really nice to see that Marcin and actually Yannex are really in the top 4 here. And as well as Massa, who's in the top 5. Okay, let's spectate. Who's on a run here? Who is on a run? Oh, it's actually Coco. But let's follow Eger here, who's just behind him. Let's follow him. Oh, 0.4 behind. Only P12 for him. But he could improve it again. Well, let's see what is Coco doing. Coco approaching very far to the left. Goes for the upward approach. But Egger's identity was super good. Look at that. Super good. So he will stay 0.7 of a second. Oh, and slightly is not improving because he hadn't had enough speed here for that ending. Okay, who didn't finish yet? It is Hedra, who didn't finish a run yet. So he needs to push it. He needs to push it. Also, Roland being in last right now. So this is not looking good for the Austrian player. Not good for him. So let's spectate him being 0.1 of a second behind. And Gwen is improving again. A 113.39. What a good time. Being 0.2 ahead of Afi. So what is Gwen doing? Gwen is just playing out of his mind. Who's on the road again? Or who's on the road right now? Wait, it was actually Lego here approaching this end as well as Pack. So let's follow Pack here for that end section. Ooh, Pack again with a good start, being 0.5 ahead of his PB. So hopefully he's gonna survive this ending here. Yup, it's really looking good. Released a bit. Oh, yes, this is a really, really good ending for him. So he will improve a bit, but he touches there. Oh, no, he touches there. Oh, my God, that was a very good time for him, being 0.7 ahead of his PB. Oh, man, you hate to see that. But, of course, he's still in P10, but this is not enough for him. This is not sufficient. Okay, now Bren is approaching the ending, being 0.4 behind Gwen. But, yeah, Gwen is just on another level. He goes for a little bit of a different technique, which didn't work out a lot. Guys, it's super hard to actually spectate this kind of stuff. I've only seen that Afi is on a run at the moment. He's 0.07 of a second ahead. Oh, catches up here a lot. So maybe he can improve here again. Oh my god, this is looking good. Look at this. Gwen, Yannex, Afi. The OGL players are just rocking it. And Afi actually gets a good ending. Had to readjust his line just a little bit. But he can steer in the air. So he's improving. Dropping a 113.44. So this is a very good time for him. A very, very good time for him. Okay, what is Hedra doing? Hedra didn't do a time so far. Let's keep an eye on him. As we see some players being on the road. So let's see what is Hedra doing here. Not the best start for him. Only being in P9 at the moment. 0.3 behind Pack, who had a really convincing start. So you can see that he practiced a lot. Maybe he wants to win this one. But he's 0.5 behind, only in P15 at the moment. But he needs to finish a run in order to not completely fall behind here. So he should definitely finish this one to put a little bit of pressure away. Because if you have a time in, it's always good to see that. So Hedra, P10, not too bad for him actually. Right now the furthest on the map goes very close there to the pillar, and actually not the best slide for him. Speed outcome wasn't the best. But now approaching the identity, goes very far to the left there. To the right and then to the left. But still good. He's going to finish here with a 114.10, so not too bad. But grants himself P12. And is now actually ahead of Ager, Legu, Tricky and Matt, who is right now in last place. So this is not looking good for him. As we see who's approaching the end. Ager is a bit further ahead. And as I see that Pack also improved here with a 113.66. So this is a good time from him. Oh my god, look at this start. He's 0.24 behind his speed and is still in first. Oh my god. Oh lord. Oh lord, oh lord. Let's follow this madman here, Yannex, who got second or third in the OGL. He touched. And Coco is also to an end section here. Oh yeah, of course I can move it. Like that. I'm sorry. Didn't consider that. Okay, Coco off to a very, very good ending. Oh, that was actually pretty good. Had to readjust this line a bit, but this is not an improvement. So, let's go into the free cam for the last couple of minutes. Who's still on a run? It is Ager who's on a run. Vulnera. All of the players here can make it. Legu is probably the deadline here. So, this will be very interesting to see if Legu or someone else is improving here. As we see, Tricky already went to spectator mode. Legu off to a very, very good section, as well as Ager only being 0.25 behind the leader. So everything can be possible with a good identity here. Ooh, 0.2 of a second. But let's follow him, and then I'm gonna spectate Legu here, because those. Oh, Ager with a mistake. Okay, Ager with a mistake, and wait, who was that? Who overtook him? Okay, Matt is there also. And who else was behind? Who was behind him? And Yannex. Okay, but Matt seems not to improve. So Matt will stay in last place, unfortunately. Oh, nope. Matt in P16. And what is Lego doing? Is Lego improving? Yes, he is. 0.13 of a second. So that's not too bad. I mean, it's something. As we can see, Gwen, Afi, Yannick's 3 OGL players winning over Peck, Massa, and surprisingly to say, Marcin. Then we have Coco, Roland, Bran, only in P9, so didn't see a lot from him. Vulnera, Revolution, Hedra. Egger, only P13, Lego, Tricky, and then unfortunate stuff for Matt here. Maybe it wasn't his best map, but he is only in the last place, but still only, yeah, 0.9 of a second behind, so nothing lost because we have 5 more maps to play. Going on to the next map. I think it is Bunny Hop? I don't know. Or contest. No, rock or roll, bunny hop, contest diving, something like that. Okay, they have a break, certainly. I don't know why. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, but that's the result. That's the result so far. As we move, actually, it's not one of the maps I was thinking about. It is actually, yeah, a map that I didn't play too much. It's Sky Hero, so it's from the 6th map pack. But we are starting yet again. So what is important here is the time. So the lowest time will get the most amount of points. First and second place will get 16 points. Third and fourth will get 14 and so on. So and 15th and 16th place will only get 2 points. But we will talk about everything later on. As we can see, Peck with a good start. Revolution made some mistake. Massa right now in first, but Peck comes down here with a lot of speed. As you can see, overtakes Coco and Yannick here in that section. Now we have the AO8 section here, as we see Massa being miles ahead. Coco coming back strong with a very good section, as well as Gran. So what a close round here for that second place. Of course, it's time attack, but still, it's very nice to see. But you can really see that both Massa and Peck put a lot of effort into those tracks, as well as all the other OGL players, because we have seen Afi, Yannick's, and Gwen being in the top 3 placement on the first map. So that was impressive. So Peck right now in first place as we approach this identity. So let's see who's gonna survive this. Oh, Peck is looking strong. Gwen is just behind him, as well as Afi. Oh, who's gonna overtake him? No one actually. So Peck in first place. Then we have Afi in second, overtaking Yannick there. Coco in fourth. Egger in 5th place. So he got a finish. And then we have Gwen in the last place. But he got a time in, so that's good for him. Okay, Massa just responding to the start. Hedra is yeah, going for that safe approach, not for the jump. I think it's very similar actually. But let's see what he's doing. He wasn't that good on the first map, but I think he can do some damage here and grants himself a good position here, as he is 0.25 of a second behind Peck, the current leader. But of course, it was only the first round. We will see sometimes being clocked in yet again. So make it 0.5 now. Bran actually had a very good start, but only in P2. So this is not good for the Frenchman. As you can see, he was 0.7 ahead of this at this part, ahead of Hedra here. As we see Hedra approaching this ending now. So one identity is remaining for him, for the Frenchman playing for Team Exalti. Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, looking good for him. It was a good identity. Losing a slight bit to Peck, but still a good one. So he is now in P7. As we see Revolution being in P3, so nice performance here for the German player. So he wants to push it a bit more. Massa didn't finish yet, as well as Roland, Vulnera, Matt, and Tricky. Okay, Matt is on a run here. Vulnera's at the start. Roland is, yeah, Roland is also at the start. And Tricky is also at the start. So let's go ahead and spectate Massa, who just was approaching the hairpin here. And is now going to that AO8 section, finding himself only 0.04 of a second behind Bren, who had a very, very good start. So let's follow Massa here for this round. Massa off to a really, really good one. Dropping into this underground section. We want to initiate an auto slide here, as well as here. So Massa does it perfectly fine in this section, and is now 0.2 of a second behind Bren, who had a very good section, as it seems. So nicely done from Bren there, but Massa is not over and out here yet. So only one good identity in the end. And we all know that Massa is a very risky and therefore a very fast player. So Massa could pop it now, being 0.3 behind Pack. So let's see what Massa is doing. Of course, he's going for that double Neo slide, but he eventually failed it and therefore won't finish this round. Alright, so Pack still in first. Surprisingly to see that. I was thinking that someone would beat him, but it seems that I think that this was good for him. No, I mean, no, it's not like that. The point system, you get rewarded because he gets rewarded because he was 9th in the overall TMGL. He gets 16 points for that. This is, you get points by that. Yeah, this is like an advantage. Like if you win the winner bracket final or something like that, the 6 points. If you play good, then you get that, and you will get points here if the sum of your 6 times that you have accumulated is the lowest, like a bit like the Sportix Cup. And then first and second will get 16 points, third and fourth 14 points, and so on. I mean, so far it's really looking good for Pack, and as well as Afi, who's on a very good average at the moment, because he is in 4th place at the moment. And also with a good time. But we also see Marcin, who didn't finish yet. But, oh, he's approaching the ending now and actually gets 4th place. So what a timing there. So only being 0.15 of a second behind him. That was pretty good. Okay, Masta approaching this ending now yet again. Being only 100 of a second behind Pack. Has a good section here, but loses a slight amount of speed. But still, it's looking good for him. Goes for the double Neo side, but this looks very fast. And this could be the first place for Massa here. Oh, actually not. He's 0.09 of a second behind Pack, but still a good time here for the German. In the meantime, Lego got 2nd place, so this is also very nice to see. Lego in 2nd here. I didn't really expect that one, but we all know that Lego is a very fast player. And Hedra also with a very strong section. And Coco clocking in that 1st place. What a player. Coco in 1st now, and as well as Afi now. What is happening? The Frenchies are overtaking everyone here. But let's see Hedra. I mean, he's 0.5 behind Afi in this CP and goes for that safe line and clipped the hole and therefore is out on this one. So Afi with a very good time here. 121.79 being 0.17 of a second ahead of Coco. And then another 0.25 of a second ahead of Pack. But look at Pack. Pack is improving. Pack is improving and drops to 121.62. What a time by Pack. And now back to 1st place. What a time. And he's celebrating it with some donuts. And he can actually do that because this is a very, very good time. Great job there from Pack. So he delivered. Pack delivered with this insane time here. Holy moly. So who is struggling here? It is Egea. And as well as Rolly. Only in P11 and 12 respectively. Ooh, Vulnera actually didn't finish yet, as well as Matt and Tricky. Matt having a battle with Pack here at the moment, so let's follow this one. Matt goes for that jump as well as Pack. Pack's getting very, very much more lower, but he touches. Matt touches as well, so he had to respawn. Alright, so Tricky still at the start. I will consider following the players who didn't finish yet. Oh, Tricky goes for that new side actually, which is very, very narrow and therefore pretty hard. But he, yeah, I accept that he risked it. So all of the 3 players who didn't finish so far are still at the start. So this is not a good sign for them, as pressure is rising with every second. So who's on a run here? I'm sorry, but I have to do that. Because I don't know where the players are. I could go in free cam, actually. But other than that, I don't know what to do. Massa, actually. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, Massa with a very good ending, but it won't be enough. Oh, actually 5,000th of a second. So he had a very good ending, but still not enough. Okay, so Vulnera off on a run. But he's 0.64 of a second behind and actually clips here. So this is not good for him, but he needs to finish now. He needs to finish now. Oh man, this is... You hate to see that. As well as Matt. And also Tricky. All of the players, they need to finish. So Vulnera off to a very, very bad section. As we can see, he's 2 seconds behind Pack, who's the leader of this race. So he's just gonna save it here. Roland fails it as well. So he's out on this. And Vulnera only with a 1:24.06. Let's see what is Matt doing. Matt with another mistake. And he's 10 seconds behind. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man, Matt. But he's still finishing. So tricky. So I would recommend those guys to just save it at some point. Because if you finish the first or second run, even if it's 2 seconds behind, you don't have any pressure. And now what we see, it's Matt, who is definitely last for the seeding. He will be definitely last for this step here. Because he just risked too much. Okay, who's still on the track? Massa getting first! What? Massa getting first place. Oh my god. Revo? Wow. Massa, great job there. So this time 2 TMGL players win. And then we have Matt yet again with a good performance. 140 for him. So this hurts to see. Oh man. So bad situation there for Matt. Oh man, oh man. Yeah, I mean, he just could have done it safe. But in this kind of situation, it's very hard to say that. I don't want to... You don't want to accuse anyone in this kind of situation. That's not bad. That's not good. But yeah, we have Matt, Massa, Pack in first and second. Afi, Coco, Gwen, then Legu. Very good performance for him. Bren, Revolution, Marcin, Yannick's, Roland, Egea, Hedra, Tricky, Vulnera. So 3 OGL players. And then we have Matt, yet again, with the worst performance of the TMGL players. POC is just with capital P and not with all POC. All good, man. Alright, going on to the third map. What map can it be? Sky Heroes out. It could be Bunny Hop, Contest Diving, Rock or Roll, or Zeppelin. Oh, Zeppelin will be very interesting because it's rather long. Zeppelin. It is Bunny Hop, one of my favorite maps from the whole maps this whole TMGL. It was a very good map. So yet again, follow Pack for that first round. He seems to be very consistent on all of the tracks. So we will most likely see him finishing yet again. So no mistakes in that left-hand turn. We see some players releasing, but I just cursed him and Pack is not finishing. So let's see what is Marcin doing, who is really surprising me by his performance. So very good job there from the Polish player. As well as approaching this dirt turn here at first. Also avoids that gear down, goes for that outside approach. So very good job there from Marcin. Actually go a bit further behind with Afi here, who's betting now with both Gwen and Bren. So similar name. We see different techniques here for that section. Marcin does it pretty good, as well as Afi, who's right now in P2. But comes a bit closer towards Marcin, but didn't get the best slide. So Marcin still holding strong in P1. But Gwen and Bren are attacking. Where is Bren? Bren is here. Let's follow him. Marcin still in first. But Gwen is lurking in the shadow. Goes for a little bit of a more left-ish jump and therefore overtakes him. Who's gonna get the best ending? It is Marcin. Ooh, not with the best speed, but it's Gwen then in the end overtaking with a 1:10.16. So what a good time there already for him. Okay, Peck approaching this end as well and also dropping a 1:10.4. So good time there for him, clocking in P4. And hello there, 8 behind. Hello. Guten Tag. Yannick's also approaching that end section here. Looking good for the Frenchman or for the Swiss man who is French speaking. Let's say it like that. Oh, good section there for him. Almost touching the outside block there, but manages to not get in contact with it. So he gets a very good section here as he's approaching it, being only 0.26 of a second behind Gwen and Marcin. So he's granting himself P5. Very good for him. Afi, however, also on a good run. And we see a battle between Gwen and Marcin. So let's actually follow that one. Marcin being slightly ahead over Gwen. Who are both not on minus. So Gwen is just risking it. Is Marcin actually gonna grant himself the first place? Yes, he is. A 1:10.03 for him. So a very good time, as you can see here. And also Peck approaching the end, but very far to the outside. Therefore touches the wall and is most likely not improving his time. Nope, he's not. He risked it there for the biscuit. Okay, Massa. Come on, deliver, mate. Now you have to deliver. Betting out with Bran, but he got a little bit of dirt contact, or of dirt grip, and therefore loses a little bit of time because he just hadn't had the grip of the normal asphalt there. And also not the best dirt for him. You can see Bran is moving a little bit away, and therefore Massa is being 0.43 of a second behind Afi, who was first at this CP and is also third in the whole ranking here on this track. Massa goes for the outside, inside approach, or rather right, left. So nice to see that. Also accumulates a lot of speed over that section, but he is almost already 0.6 of a second behind Afi here. Make it 0.7 now because he didn't... Oh, actually had a lot of speed. I thought he didn't have a lot of speed. But still, it's not sufficient. Only in P10 for him, but of course he needs to clock in the time. Oh, he got a little bit of the reverse thingy there and therefore loses on 0.3 of a second, but still a time for him, so this puts some pressure away. Roland is the only player who didn't finish the track so far, but right now he's on a banger of a start. As we can see, him goes for that right, left approach as well, and is right now in P2. So let's see, what is Rolly doing here? Rolly with a good section here, gathers a lot of speed as well as Massa did beforehand, clips the hole just very good, being 0.2 behind Afi, but this was a very good section. I think he has more speed than him. Yup, only 0.08 of a second behind Afi here, so this is a very, very good time here that could be delivered here for Roland. Actually gets a good ending, and now for the ending, and he's up to P2, so very, very greatly done here from Roland. He will be very happy about that. Alright, where is Peck? Peck approaching the ending as well. I have luck with my spectating at the moment. He's 100th of a second, 1/10 of a second ahead of his PB. Make it 0.2. But he got too far to the outside yet again, so he will most likely not improve his time. He actually did, because he had a very bad ending section in his PB as well. Or not bad, but wide. And you can lose, or you can win some more time with that. Alright, so who's there? Revolution. Then we have Vulnera. Oh, Vulnera is approaching the ending as well, being 0.5 behind Afi, who had the fastest CP there and who got P2 just some minutes or some seconds ago, let's say like that. But yeah, oh, that was actually a very good ending section, and maybe sometimes you can abuse this bug and actually slow down with that. I was thinking about this, but of course this is too risky. But since it's time attack, everything can be possible. Okay. Then we have Gwen here, also on a... Oh wait, let's spectate Matt here. Let's spectate Matt, who is 0.4 ahead of his PB. Oh, but touches here. And thank you, Nick, for your raid. Unfortunately, I have notifications off due to the caster... setup. But thank you a lot for your raid. I hope you had a good stream, man. We are currently in the time attack phase, where every player plays all 6 maps, or all of the 6 maps. And the player with the least amount of time spent on all of the tracks is gonna get 16 points here. So a bit like the Sportix Cup from Yannick's, and actually Massa clocking in P5. So that's really good for him. Legu still in last, but approaching this section with a very, very good and convincing start here. As we can see, didn't get the best speed from that, but he's still ahead of his PB, which is 0.02 of a second. So not too bad for him. So let's see what he can do in the end. He has only 3 minutes left. Goes for the right, left approach as well. Comes his PB a little bit closer, or it comes a little bit closer towards the top places, but didn't get a lot of speed here. So let's see what Legu is doing. Clips the hole, very good. Oh, that was actually very, very good for him. So only the end is remaining for him in order to grant himself a -1 second advantage over his time. Oh, this looks very stoppy, but still he manages to survive and actually grants himself P9. So great done there for him. And it's yet again Matt in last place. So he needs to push it. He needs to push it. Matt needs to push it. He's only... he's only 0.1 of a second behind Coco. But still, it's not enough for him, because there's a huge gap between him and all the other players. Oh, let's see Revolution here. He could improve his time. And as we see Gwen in the meantime, clocking in another first place. So on what drugs is this kid? 109.98. Oh my god. What is this guy doing? Okay, Revolution. Oh, he risked it really for the ending here, but didn't get it. Okay, Peg in P8. So this is comfortable for him. But I think he has only 1 try left. Who's on a run here? I think Legu is the furthest right now on the track, as I can see no names here. Okay, we have Marcin there in the top. Let's see what he's doing in the ending. Okay, 1/10 of a second, so he's just respawning. Let's go ahead and spectate. Who was that? No one is on a run. Okay, we have Yannick's here, and Afi was just behind him. But it seems that Yannick's respawned to the start. As we have a 3-man battle here, but oh man. Guys, this is so weird to spectate, because I have to tap. I was thinking that there should be something on the left, but there's not. Maybe just go on free camp for now. Okay, Revolution and Bren. Oh, what is going on here? And also Massa. Okay, Revolution. Let's spectate him for that last breath of the map. Okay, 0.5 behind, risking the end again. This looks very good for him, for the German player. So this could be a very good improvement. As you can see, he's catching up in the end. Yep, he is. P9 for him. So very good job there for him. Hedra also approaching this ending now. He needs to catch up a little bit more, being 0.4 of a second. Oh, is he gonna make it? Yeah, almost. That was super close for him. But yup, he's improving as well. So great job there for him. Let's see what Marcin is doing. And also Matt is just behind him. Is Matt improving? It's do or die for him. It's the last attempt. Yup, Matt is improving, and he moves up from P16 to P4. So very, very good job for him. Coco in last here, Vulnera. But nice to see that Matt is actually improving here. Peg not able to improve. And then we have also Rolly, who had a very good start here. Oh! Roland improving in the last split second. Wow! Roland improving in the last split second. Ui, I'm sorry. Yeah, only 2 players will relegate into the top league. So this is so hard to spectate. You can't even imagine. Oh man. But I think I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I think not the average rank, but the time to sum up. Yep, Gwen is an OGL player. Remember to dab when you sneeze. No, I'm not doing that at home. I'm not sure what the if total time is used in tiebreaker or not. I don't know how the But yeah, it will be fair who will get it. So Gwen in first, Marcin in second. Really cool to see that. Afi in third. Roland in fourth. Really cool to see that, as well as Matt. Then we have Yannick, Bren, Massa, Peck, Revolution, Lego, Tricky, Hedra, Ager, Vulnera, and then to conclude it with Coco and TMGL player in last. But still a good time. 1:11.29. So only 1.3 seconds behind Gwen. Yeah, but I don't know if it's total ranks or not. I don't know. Maybe if it's combined ranks, then Matt has a good chance because he got a 4th place now. But we will see everything. Everything will be declared afterwards. So now a very good map as well. Contest diving. I won this step in gold, and this is one of the coolest track. Roland not playing. Okay, all right. I'm spectating one player and he's not playing. Thank you, game. Thank you, me. Okay, Gwen. No, I want to spectate Peck here for that first round, as he gives us a good overview, as some of the players are overtaking him here. But everyone seems to survive it who was ahead of him. Ooh, but Peck with a mistake. So let's follow Marcin here. Ooh, Vulnera also dropping down, as well as Hedra a bit, though. Marcin survives it pretty good, so I think not. I'm not sure what times to expect here. But probably something like maybe a 1:22 or something like that. 1:23. So a rather long track as well. Gwen goes very far up on this section and actually goes for that leftish approach, and no of the players is going for that wallbang. And you know why? Because it's banned. Wallbang is banned. So Massa, Coco battling it out here for that first place for now. Marcin in third. Who's gonna get this box slide the best? Marcin with a very good approach, as well as Coco, but he is going to swim and does the contest diving, so Massa is left alone in first down. This will be a good time here for the German player, as he's approaching his ending now and survives it. Very good transition for him. 1:23.21, so my estimation was pretty good. Yep, a wall hit is banned, and we can see only Massa and Marcin to be finished this one, and Peck with a very poor section here. So only 3 players finished, so a lot of risk are taken here for all of the players. Or I mean, it's understandable, but you can see on the first map, or in the first 3 maps, we've seen like 8 players finishing in the first round, and on this one not. But Roland finishing in P3, 1:23.77, also a solid time for him, not gonna lie. Okay, Matt and as well as Massa approaching it there. So let's follow Massa. Now wait a minute. Massa is here, and then we have Ager as well. So Massa off to a good, Matt off to a good start. Holds his gear here. So that is really important here. Okay, Matt goes very tight here. Initiates the drift very early, and this was a very good section here for that Brazilian player. Didn't no slide here as well, but you can see Coco is just lurking in the shadows. So what a fight here between both of the players. Coco goes for the outside approach, but Matt touches, and Matt is out on this round here. And what the fuck is this time by Afi? He's 0.5 ahead of Yannick. What the hell? So where is Coco? Coco is here, and he is in desperate need of a good time here, as we can see him approaching the ending. Oh, but he's very struggling with that one, and this was not the ending that we are looking for. Oh, you can see Yannick and Peck here. Let's go ahead and follow both of the players. Where is Yannick? Yannick is here, but he made a mistake. But Peck is still in the race, as he's approaching the identity now. Okay, P4 for him. A good box slide for him, and as well as a good exit. But what was this box slide from Afi? He lost 0.2 of a second. Peck lost 0.2 of a second over Afi here. But still a very good section here, as Peck is approaching it very good. And this is a very good time for him. 1:23.34 for him. So great job to see him being in P4 yet again. But we have also half of the players who didn't finish. And also a player by the name of Gwen who didn't finish so far. Ager also not finished so far, but he's approaching the identity now, being 0.7 of a second behind Afi. Okay, good box slide. He risked it there and goes for the swim. Matt, oh, okay. Where is Bren? I didn't really see a lot from Bren here. He was in the midfield all the time, but didn't really come up here with a very good time. But however, now he's on P2 and only 0.2 of a second behind Afi after the box slide. So he will be on a banger of a time. Maybe even drops a 122. Oh no, but a 123.09. So good time here from Bren. Nice to see that. But what is Gwen doing? Gwen did not finish so far. Goes for that inside approach yet again. Not sure if it's faster or not, but gets a very good drift section here. Yet again, he goes so close and therefore catches up towards Afi. 0.15 of a second of a time advantage in this section for Gwen. Approaching the box slide now. So what can he do here? He goes very tight and actually goes for the wrist. This looks really good and actually is only 0.18 of a second behind Afi. So he will most likely get a second placement here if he survives the ending. Yep, really looking good for the French player. And this is another 123.14 for him. He will only get P3, but still a good time for him. Matt approaching the box slide now. Does it really good. Survives it, but he's still 1 second behind Afi. But still a time into the pocket for the Brazilian. So good for him. Yup, he's approaching it calm and steady. And 123.81 for him. And we have only Agea, Tricky, and Coco who didn't finish yet. Coco approaching the identity now. As he is 0.3 of a second behind Afi. So that's a very good start to that, or like ending to that map. And he survives it. Not the tightest box slide, but still a good time for him. Or like a quote-unquote good. I mean, compared to Afi or to what's Gwen. Oh, but he fails it. But he finishes. So a wise decision for him. But only a 124.40 for him. Okay, Tricky didn't finish. Then we have Agea, who was mid of the map. So he could also do a good time here, as he's 0.25 of a second behind Peck, who was first at the CP. Nice to see that. Okay, let's turn on the light. Then you can see my face a bit better. So Agea, not really feeling it here in the time attack phase. Alright, not the best box slide. He will lose an additional time over Afi, but still okay-ish for the Hungarian. Who goes very tight here, as you can see. But Egger will survive this ending. Slows down a little bit, but gets a 124. Tricky. P10 in the CP. Oh, almost touches there, but didn't get a lot of speed over that one. Oh, but Tricky hits the wall and the pressure will rise and rise now with every minute or every second that he makes a mistake. Because he needs to deliver a time in the end of the day. Matt and P10 being 0.2 of a second behind in this section, but touches. Afi? Afi? Wow. This guy is a beast. Another 122 for him. Okay, Lego now approaching the identity. Not the best one for him, but better than in this PB. So 0.65 of a second behind Afi, but Afi is just on another level. But Lego seems to improve. Yes, he does. Good ending for him, and therefore granting himself another improvement. Pack in P8. Oh, very good drift and actually being in first here. So let's see what Pack is doing in this ending here. Goes for that outside approach. Do he had too much speed? Releases a little bit. Is right now 0.3 of a second ahead of his PB. Goes for that tight box slide. Gets it really good. Oh my god, what is this guy doing? That was a very good box slide. Very well executed for him. Goes for an additional drift here for a better alignment. And this looks like another 122 for him. But he fails the ending. But oh my god, he improved. But what a wonky ending here for him. Holy moly. Wow, I thought for a minute that he wouldn't survive this one. Massa is not playing. So all of the players are on their last attempts. Let's see who's on an attempt. We see Bran is dead. Revolution dead. Massa dead. Legu and Peck could finish here. As well as Afi. You can see all of the players here. Coco Let's see what Coco is doing here for that ending. Only on P15. Oh, well, it seems that he will improve. Will he? Yes. Yes, he will. Okay. Then we also have Roland approaching the ending now. Will Roland improve? Nope, he won't. And then we have Afi, Tricky, Vulnera, Legu. They could finish. Afi, identity now for him. But Afi, I mean... Wait. What, is he really improving? What is this guy doing? He's regulating... Oh my god. Wait. Who's finishing? Egger. Egger. No, Egger failed. And then we have Tricky here. Tricky finishing. Oh! Actually gets a 123.81, so not too bad of a time. But, of course, more could have been possible. But he was able to finish. And he was pretty lucky with that, actually. Because if he would have been dead there, he would have had a DNF. But yeah, this rounds up the fourth map. And no, the fifth. Is fifth map? No, fourth map. Okay, we have Afi in first. Bren in second. Very good time for him. But look at this gap here. And Afi actually does this time on a regular basis. Gran and Peck really close together. Yannick and Massa as well. Revolution only a little bit behind. So very good times here. Marcin, Legu, Matt in 10th. Roland in 11th. Egger in 12th place. So he's always in the bottom places or in the midfield. Tricky in 13th after that last second finish. Coco only on P14. Hedra in 15th place. And then Vulnera in last. Yeah, Peck's ending fail. He's just quoting towards that. That was pretty weird. But yeah, anyways. I was thinking that he didn't finish with that one. But he can be happy that he only lost 0.2 of a seconds with that. So that's really good for him. So now we have either Rock or Roll or Zeppelin. Now those are the two maps that are to be played. I think it's Zeppelin now. As Canastos is saying in my chat. Let's take a sip of water here. Yup, we have the Zeppelin map. And what's really interesting about this... Dude, Massa, you just choked it here. I'm watching the cam sheet. Oh yeah, feel free to send it in here. This map is 1 minute 30 long. 1 minute and 30 seconds. So every player has like 6 full laps that he can go through. This is not a lot, and this is the longest map, and I think we will see the biggest gaps here on this one. Oh, we see Egger and Massa making the same mistake there. Or was it Egger? No, who was that? I think it was Massa and someone else with a... I think Legu or someone like that. No, Legu is here. So I'm just gonna open that. So Peck in the mix, being in the top 5 at the moment. And yeah. Is it the cam sheet? That's the official sheet. As we can see, Yannick and Gwen with a very good start here. Yannick touches the TP and he has to respawn to the start. It's a 1 minute down the toilet for him. As we're coming closer towards the identity, Peck is having a lot of speed, as well as Gwen and Morrison, so they are able to survive it with a very good amount of speed. Peck goes for a very low jump here and overtakes Morrison in mid-air, but Morrison comes up here a little bit earlier and therefore survives it here. Oh, but Peck with more speed in the ending. Morrison almost slows down, but he will stay a little bit ahead. So Gwen, after not finishing for some minutes on the previous map, he is now back to first place. Morrison in second, Peck in third place. And then we have Legu also finishing with a 127.08. Okay, so Roland making that mistake. Let's see Massa, who's right now 1/10 of a second behind the leader who was on this CP, but he made a mistake. Alright. As we see the Exalti squad here with Afi. Look, all the Exalti players are in a row. So 4 Exalti players have made it. Oh, Afi goes very far to the left. Oh, almost barely survived it here, but that was really good for him. Worth the risk for the Swiss player. Only 0.07 behind Grenier, so this could be a bang over time for Afi here. So what a great job here for him. So Afi with a very good time here. Nice to see that going up to P2. Vulnera, Roland, let's see, Massa. Where's Massa? 40 seconds. Let's see Massa. Massa approaching this dirt here good. Only 0.05 of a second behind Afi here at that section. So this could be a good time for Massa. Make it 7,000 behind Gren. But as you can see, Massa is really pushing it here. Goes very close. And only the identity is remaining for him. He has still a trauma from it. Because he lost. Or he could have won some points with that. Because he was in the top 8. Now Massa is approaching it. Looking really safe here. Didn't get a very, very early landing. But this should still serve the purpose. Oh, but he makes a mistake. And he respawns to the start. So not good for the German. Speaking of German, we have Revolution here going for that other way, but actually being on a good pace here. Being only 0.3 of a second behind Gwen. Slowing down a little bit in the end, but still in 6th place. Oh, Matt didn't finish so far, as well as Vulnera, Bren and Tricky, but Bren and as well as Tricky are approaching this ending now. Oh, very good section here for Bren. This looked very good. He will most likely come a little bit closer towards the opponents here, being in P7 at the moment. So looking good for Bren here. He catches up to the first player and is now in P5, so good job there for him. Okay. Tricky didn't finish. Pack in 4th actually. Great job there for him. Coco in 6th place. Revolution in 7th, as I expected him beforehand. Massa didn't finish, so we still have 5 players who didn't finish yet. Gwen's again on a very good run, being 0.17 of a second ahead of Revolution. He and not 0.17 of a second ahead of his PB. Make it 0.1. He lost a little bit, but good ending could result into a good PB. But he risked it too much. He should have done this, or that was a smart decision, and he had to respawn to the start again. Marcin being in 1st here on this CP, so a very good start here for him into this identity. Oh, looking really good. Very early contact with the road there again, or with a half-pipe block. So this could be a 1st place for Marcin here, as he jumps very far up. But this is looking very good for the Polish player, as he is not getting the best transition here, but still in 1st. So Marcin moves up to 1st place, overtakes Gren here, and this is what I was talking about just before. And everyone was everyone was just like, okay, Marcin, why is he playing TMGL? He's so bad. But look at this time. Marcin is such a good player and well deserved in 1st place. So great job there from the Polish. Nice time. Okay, Roland. Not too convincing here, only in P12. But right now, Minus actually gets a very early landing and is 0.2 ahead of his PB. Right now, oh, but gets the Randstein bug and therefore had to respawn to the start again. As we see Peck and Tricky here. Let's follow Tricky, who didn't finish yet. Battling it out here. Peck just a little bit ahead. Makes a mistake. And therefore leaves Tricky alone. Gwen is there at the front. And Revolution is approaching this identity again. So let's follow him for a moment. As he is 0.2 of a second ahead of his PB. So let's see what he's doing. Yup, this looks like a really good ending for him. And right now he is in 5th place. So great job there from Revolution. Let's go to Tricky again. Exiting the mid part of the map now, but makes a mistake. So not good for him. Matt also not with the best start here, as he is 0.4 of a second behind. Only 11th place for him, but a good identity can change everything. We know that. So Matt approaching it now. Why is Softy joining as spectator when the players are playing? He said that it is forbidden, but of course, or not of course, but he has, I don't know. Don't want to be biased here. Okay, Matt with a very good jump. As we can see, this was really good for him. 11th place could be good for him. Yup. 0.8 of a second behind Marcin. So this will be good for him. Tricky, the only player who didn't finish yet. As we see Massa being in P4. And then we have Yannick's Vulnera. Where is Vulnera? Vulnera only on P15. But finishing now in 8th. So that's good for him. Okay. Let's go for that. Man. Let's go for that free cam. Revolution. Revolution off to a maybe good time here. Let's see and spectate him. Ooh, 0.2 of a second behind Marcin. Gets a quote-unquote bad section here, but jumps here very early, so this could be another improvement for him. So great job there from Revolution. Okay, Bren now approaching the end. Gets it very good here, as we can see. So Bren is here. Where is Bren? Bren is in P12. So he could improve as well. Okay, let's see. Oh, but he gets the slowdown. And also Gwen with a mistake. So nice to see that Revolution is improving a lot. Okay, we only have 122 left. Egger is dead. Roland is approaching the identity now, as well as Matt. So let's follow him. Roland needs to improve as he is in P14 with a time star, but he's on minus 0.7 of a second. So this could be a good improvement for him. Yup, it is. He survives it perfectly fine and is only 0.1 second behind the leader. Matt also finishing and improves to P8. But what is Tricky doing? Tricky is approaching this identity now and is 2 seconds behind. So this will be a grim time for him. So let's spectate Pack. He's actually not finishing. Oh my god, what is he doing? He will just finish with a bad time here. With a very terrible time. So Tricky, what is he doing? He should finish. Why are you not finishing, man? Okay, Yannick's. Oh, very good jump for him. But I think he won't improve. And then we have also Bren here for that ending. And also Revolution. So Bren and Revolution could make some damage here yet again. Bren with minus 0.1 of a second. Approaching this end now. Make it 0.3. Oh, this is good for him. Very good ending section. And yes, he will survive it. So he will overtake some players here and will move up to 4th place. So great job there for Bren. As we can see, unfortunately, Tricky not finishing this map here. Egger in 15th only with a 127.51. Roland in 14th. Legger in 13th. Pack in 12th only. Yannick's, Vulnera. And then we have the top 10. Matt in 9th. And then Vulnera, of course, in 10th place. Hedra in 8th place. Coco in 7th. Massa, Revolution. So 2 Germans here. Close together. Bren, Afi, Gwen in 2nd. And what comes as a surprise for me, but he's a very good player, Marcin in 1st. Nice to see that. Going into the last map, which will be Rock or Roll. Rock or Roll will be the next map. Or the last map of this one. And then we will see the results of it. Of the seeding, or not seeding round. Yeah, it's seeding round, let's say like that. Because 1st and 2nd will get 16 points, 3rd and 4th 14, and so on. But I will explain everything later after that match. Then if you have any more questions, feel free to type them down. And I will just answer them later. As we move on to the last map for this, not step, but seeding. It's weird to say seeding because we have 4 different things here. All right. Okay, so we have the infamous map. Rock or roll. It's do or die for some players here. Agera didn't play so good as well as Matt, but I really can see Matt here being good on this one. As we see a couple of mistakes here. Ooh, by just praising Matt, he makes a mistake, and some other players as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and spectate Peck, who's right now in the mix for that first place. Yeah, I see he gets a rather conservative landing here and also clipping the quarter pipe. So he's a little bit behind of the Peck, and Peck also touches. Okay, you got the word. Okay, I'll just stop with the word game. Oh man, Nightbot! What the hell? I only want to see the... Where are the players here? Volnera in first right now. As we can see, two Versa players being just behind, and also Peck. Wait, where does he... Wait, no, who was that? Who was that with the orange name? Wait, am I dumb? Ah, it was Matt. Okay. Wait, what? I'm confused, guys. It was Revel. Oh my god. Everything's so hectic. So Volnera in first, Lego in second, and then we have Brand third, Revolution fourth, and a lot of players finishing here actually. As we can see, Massa taking second place, and Peck approaching the ending. Being in third, only 0.09 of a second behind Volnera, who was the fastest on this CP. So let's see what Peck can do in this ending. Of course, this ending is very hard to do, as Yannex will move up to first place for a moment now. Peck, yup, this looks really good. Also lands on this slope, so he will move up to third place. Great job there for him. A 1:10.94 is a good time. And Gwen didn't finish so far, as well as Marcin, as he's having a battle with Massa and as well as Matt here. Coco in third. Also good for him. Massa making a mistake, so it's only between Marcin and Matt here. Marcin makes a mistake, but still continues driving because... Okay, never mind, he respawned. And what can Matt do? What can Matt do here for this ending? Space Station Gaming Matt. Third place for him, being 0.3 of a second behind, but goes for that ramp cut. Okay, looking good for him, as well as a good approach. Oh, very much speed here for that ending, and goes up to second place, just behind Yannex. So what a good performance here. Yeah, I think so as well, because Gwen and Yannex just played out of their minds. Marcin didn't finish yet, so let's follow Gwen here, who's just behind Peck, who can also improve his time. What is Peck about? Okay, he's not too far ahead, only 0.2 of a second. Gwen is right now on third place pace. Okay, we will take a look onto this one later after that one. So let's see, is Gwen surviving this ending? It really looks good for him. Yes, lands very good in the slow, but actually goes up to P2. So we will be very happy about that. So what a great round there from the young French player. But only one player didn't finish yet, and this is Marcin. Marcin didn't finish yet. But right now he's in P8, only 0.3 of a second behind Yannex. Oh, but jumps here, so this is exactly not what you want to do. As you can see, he lost a lot of time here in this section. That was not good. 0.74 of a second, but he will most likely be the one who will finish. But he needs to push it a bit more. He needs to push more than that. Maybe you guys remember this was played in the first step, and Marcin put so much practice into those tracks, and in the end of the day he wasn't able to play because of some connection issues. Now he moves up to 12th place with a 1:11, but still not what he wants. Okay, Peck? Peck! Making the mistake. No. Peck with a mistake here. Okay, who's approaching this ending? I see Bren at the top here. Who's approaching this ending now? He's actually improving and moves up to P4. That was pretty close actually, because he didn't get a lot of speed over that. And also Legu goes up to P2 now, so very good. As you can see here, 3 of the OGL players are actually in the top 3. And also Afi lurking in the shadow. So only Brandon and Matt, the TMGL players here, are there. So Pack off to a good start. As you can see in the CP, he is only 0.03 of a second behind Matt, who had the fastest CP there. Also goes for a very low jump. That was really good for him. So he will most likely, yeah, be ahead of his PB. Very good for him. Yep, good release. And he will actually come a bit closer towards that leader. Alright, only the ending remains for him. 0.14 of a second behind Yannick's. Maybe he can come a bit closer towards that. Make it 0.11 of a second. 0.10. Okay, good ending for him. Good approach here. Oh, but risked it too much. Wanted to jump very far or very early into the slope, but it didn't work out for him. Okay, I think it was... Who was that? Okay, it was Bren. Bren yet again on the run. And we see some players improving yet again. What is Revolution doing? Is Revolution improving here? Yes, I'm not sure if he improved, but Bren made a mistake. Let's go into free cam. Free cam, haha. Vulnera and Egea are about to approach this ending. Egea only on P15, so not looking grim for this one right now. I think he's in one of the bottom 4 placements, as well as Vulnera. Didn't really see a lot from those 2 players here. So, but Vulnera right now on P7, so this is a really good performance here for him. Oh, that was really risky, and he just didn't do it that good. And Egger improving, but only because he had not the best ending. But still, I mean, those times that are driven, that the players are driving, are insane. Roland, Rolly, Holly, Knock. Oh no, free cam. Massa now approaching this ending. P12 for him. Why is it always going into cam 3? What is that? I'm not playing in cam 3. Okay, Massa goes for a little bit of a release. Jumps good into the slope. Oh, but is not able to improve. Okay, Peck now. Okay, no, not Peck. Roland, who's there? No one is there. I've seen a player, but I don't know who it was. It was Afi, actually, who improved yet again. So Exalti is dominating it here. As we're coming closer and closer towards that ending of the seeding. About the seeding phase. I mean, it's not a seeding phase, quote unquote. But, yeah. Players with the least amount of time spent on all of the tracks will grant themselves the most points. Roland goes for a little bit of a different drift and loses 0.2 of a second over all of the other players. So that was definitely not good. Is Coco improving here? No, Coco fails here. And then Roland gets it really good, actually. And improves here by 0.1 of a second and moves up to P13. Ties it with Egger. And then we have Marcin on P15. So this is exactly not what he wants. But you can see it's pretty close here. This map is rather easy till the part there. So he's 0.3 ahead and he needs to do it now. He needs to do it. Marcin does it really good. Good landing in the slope. And Marcin will grant himself P12. So this is a very important improvement for him. Egea is still on the run, as well as Roland, who's just behind him. But yeah, players are dropping in the early GGs already. As we see Afi on a run, Egger on a run. Vulnera also on a run. So let's see what Vulnera is doing. Who's right now in place number 7. Vulnera failed it. Okay. Thank you for the debate. Afi. What is Afi doing? Afi approaching the... Yeah, let's say 360 degree turn. And Egger as well. So let's see. Afi. Afi is failing it. Now we have Egger coming closer. Egger and as well as Roland and Legu. Let's see if we can see any change here in the ending. Let's see. Egger, no. Roland, no. Legu, also no. So no change here, and no one will actually finish here. So GG's here. Pack in 9th. Good performance for him. Yannick's, Afi, Legu, Gwen. Top 4 are OGL players. In 1st, Matt in 5th. This will be good for him. Brandon 6th, Vulnera, Revolution, Pack, Coco, Hedra, Marcin only P12. Massa in 13th. Roland in 14th. Egger only P15, and Tricky yet again on a very, very poor place, being in last with a 111.86. Okay, guys, this will conclude up the seeding or the seeding round, but this is step 1 out of 4 for all of the players. I will show you everything now, so don't leave yet. Yo, there will be the single elimination just afterwards, where Pack will battle it out against Legu and Hedra with Revolution. So we will see that. I will show you everything out. So we have this beautiful sheet here. Okay, so you can see players got points for the regular season placement, TMGL and OGL. Pack got 9th in TMGL and therefore got 16 points. Afi got 1st in OGL and therefore got 16 points. Then Yannick's, Gwen, Legu were just behind, and this is like a 2-point interval. Hedra was the last player in OGL who qualified for this one and granted himself 2 points. Then we have the same here. Bren, Matt, Massa, Revolution, Coco, Marcin, and Roland. This is like a little bit of an advantage for them. I just wanted to clear that out. And now every player accumulates points over the 4 steps here. The time attack, the single elimination, the knockout, and the actual TMGL step. And then we have some results here as well, but we will come to that later on. Let's first see the standings. Okay, we have already the standings. It's the time attack step. So Afi in 1st, actually now at 32 points. Then we have Gwen in 2nd, overtaking... who is he overtaking? He's overtaking Matt with that one, and I think Yannick's as well. Then Bren in 3rd. Wow. Yannick's in 4th. 5th Marcin. Massa 6th. Pack 7th. And Revolution in 8th place. I can make it bigger.